Bo Simpson, nice to meet you, Shannon.
Nice to meet you, Bo.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Just enjoying the weather.
It is nice weather today. Oh my gosh, it's been it's a nice break compared to what we've been having lately.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
it's
been
nice
nice.
to not have rain.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm not ready for that ice to start in because I know we're pretty bad about it around here.
Oh, no. Yeah, I feel like last year we actually had an arena cave in.
No way.
Yeah, because of the ice.
Oh man, well that stuff's heavy. You gotta get that's bad news right there.
Yeah, so hopefully we don't get that much this year.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, I know last year we had that big ice apocalypse is what everybody was saying. So
Yeah.
man, that's something else. So the whole arena crashed in on y'all, huh?
Yeah, the whole covered arena.
Well, hopefully nobody got hurt.
No, the only part that didn't come in was actually the apartment at the end. It's the only part that the roof didn't cave in.
Were there people in the apartment?
Yeah, I think there was someone staying in there.
Wow.
There weren't any horses under, but yeah, I think there was someone living there.
Man, talk about getting lucky right there. That's
Yeah.
something else. He or she, whoever it was, got lucky that all that
Yeah.
didn't crash in on top of him. Or her.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That could have been a bad deal. That could have been a bad deal for him, her, or whoever else was involved with it, including you guys.
Yeah, we just didn't have any horses or cattle or anything under there either,
Yeah.
so we got lucky.
Well, I know this winter is not supposed to be any better. I think it's supposed to be a real cold, wet, rainy winter.
Oh, I hate the rain so
I know.
much.
It just kind of makes you want to not do anything. It makes you kind of want to drink some coffee all day and
Just
watch the
by
hunting channel that I like to
fireplace.
do. Yeah, exactly. Sit by the fireplace with all your friends and not do a whole lot. That's the best part about the cold weather. That and hunting. You hunt? Are you a hunter? Or?
I mean, I've been hunting before, but I don't hunt.
No, you're not a big one? That's all right.
No, I don't think I understand it. I mean, it seems like it would be fun to like go hang out and like drink, but I don't really know about like actually hunting.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, hunting's its own animal in itself, man. It's just I like just being out there and kind of disconnecting, kind of just being away from everything. It's my sanctuary of peace. It's kind of like what I can describe it as. That's how I like to go about it. That's for
So
sure.
do you deer hunt?
I try to do anything that I can. I just got into duck hunting last year. I
Yeah.
had a good friend of mine took me out, and I'm pretty much addicted now. I'm pretty much hooked.
So is your next step to get a dog, a bird dog?
I actually already have a bird dog. I got a black lab pointer mix, and I got it from the animal shelter in Austin. So,
Aw.
sure enough, yeah, I've already made the jump to make the commitment for a dog and the whole 9 yards. So, now whether if that dog's good or not at retrieving, that's a different story. But it's certainly she's in the making of a bird dog.
How
somewhat.
old is she?
I think she's a little under 2 years right now.
Oh, okay.
A little under 2 years. So she's out of her puppy stage. Still likes to chew up my shoes, unfortunately. But she's out of her puppy stage, and she's pretty well disciplined. I'd like to think that I've got her pretty much disciplined pretty good now. So I'm thankful for that. At least I'm not having to scream at her whenever we're all in the duck blind. And that's another frustrating thing whenever you're in the duck blind with other people and somebody else's dog is going nuts. It's just something that is just not good for anybody.
Yeah.
So I think I got her trained up enough to where at least if she's going to take off, she'll listen to me and come back.
When is duck season?
It actually opened up last week.
So it's the same as deer almost?
Pretty much, yeah. It varies a little bit. Deer season will go all the way through January, and then duck season has a gap in December.
Okay.
Don't ask me what it's for. I'm not 100% sure on what the gap is actually for, but I know it has something to do with migration patterns. There's about a 2-week in between in December, right in the middle of December, kind of like Christmas time,
Yeah.
that they don't allow any ducks to be killed and stuff like that. So
Weird.
yeah, I think it has something to do with the migration of them, or maybe it's that they're a protected bird. Some of the protected birds are trying to protect. So I'm not sure what Texas Parks and Wildlife's got going on, but I know that that's what's going on with that. So I really like y'all's facility here. Have you guys been here for a while, or have you guys?
Thank you. Yeah, we have been here for a while, about 30 years now.
30 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, from what the research that I've conducted before I came here, I know this is a family-owned business. Is that correct?
Yes.
It is
Yeah, we
family-owned?
are.
So family's pretty big deal to you and your company, right?
Yeah, we do like to keep family as like our core values. You know, we like to like put that in our employees as well and show them that, you know, it's not just about like our blood family, but also that our employees are like family to us as well, and our customers.
That's a cool motto to go by. I'm sure you guys retain a lot of business just for having that mindset. I know a lot of me personally, as a customer to stores just like this one, when I go in and find stuff, I can see that being important. So I mean, I can see you guys retaining a lot of your customers being with that kind of morale.
Yeah, we do. We usually have pretty good return rate from
Pretty
our
good customer
customers.
rates.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Good. Well, let me ask you this: do you guys sell a lot of ice chest coolers, items like that?
Yeah, we do sell some. I actually only sell Igloo brand right now,
Okay.
but it's not probably our biggest money maker. But yeah, it's still with like selling hunting supplies and
Right.
outdoor gear. We have people coming in looking for that.
Right. Now, yeah, Igloo makes a good cooler. They've been around for a long time, so I know they make a pretty good cooler.
Yeah.
Have you ever had anybody come in and maybe not be so happy with their Igloo coolers, or maybe you perhaps are not so happy with the Igloos you have?
Yeah. Me personally, I've just found that, you know, with the cost of them, I feel like sometimes it should keep my products colder for a longer period of time.
Absolutely.
And also I just feel like sometimes the quality is kind of cheap. They're just kind of plastic. Like I have handles break a lot of times.
Sure.
Which then, if you have an ice chest that the handle is broken off of, like,
well, it gives the ice chest,
super
right?
inconvenient to carry.
It's inconvenient. It's frustrating. It
Yeah.
just nothing will make you worse whenever you're in a bad situation and you need something reliable to
Yeah.
pull through to get the job done, right?
Yeah, it's super frustrating.
Awesome. Well, let me tell you this. I work for Yeti brand coolers. I don't know if you've heard of them or not, but what we do is we manufacture coolers, and we've taken that same values and same frustration that you've just told me, and we've made a cooler that prevents all that from happening. So, for instance, you said that you guys had a lot of instances with your handles breaking, and then that's frustrating, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Well,
it's super
one of
annoying.
the really cool things about Yeti, and one of the things that we've taken a lot of pride in, is that the quality of our stuff, for one, is unmatched. Basically, it's unmatched compared to the other coolers, especially Igloo. But on the features of the handles, what we've done is we've actually applied it to where it's a rope handle instead of the traditional plastic handles.
Okay.
So what the rope handle will do for you and your customers is basically prevent them from having to deal with busted up handles on their plastic handles, and it allows for easier carry whenever you're carrying it, or if
Yeah.
depending on the size you have. Some of them you can carry by yourself, some of them it takes two people. So the engineering that we put into it has came a long ways, and we've grown to see a lot of our customers been really happy that they don't have to deal with those frustrations anymore whenever they're out in the middle of nowhere, or whenever they're out, working horses and whatever it is that they're doing that they're using our product for. We've had a lot of good feedbacks on these handles. That's just one feature in particular that we've had a lot of good feedbacks for, because it's taken down a lot of the frustration level of the customers. So there's that, and a few other things that I'd like to tell you, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd like to hear more.
Okay, awesome. Well, the insulation of our coolers is another big thing that we pride ourselves on. It's double the insulation of a traditional cooler, and we actually use a completely different insulation than most of the, like Igloo perhaps, or any of the other competitors use.
Mm-hmm.
We use foam insulation that they use in the NASA have actually used in rockets. So you can imagine that it's a pretty high quality insulation. And then on
Yeah.
top of that, we've got an 1/8 of an inch of plastic on the outside of all of that insulation. So what that basically builds up is a very, very, very industrial strength cooler that has basically been able to tolerate anything we can throw at it. And we've actually locked it in a cage with a bunch of fish in it and let a bear try to get inside of it, and then wasn't able to get inside of it. If that means anything. I mean, for us, that was a pretty cool project. I actually was fortunate enough to be involved in that. So it was a pretty big deal for us, and we've come to know that our customers really appreciate that too, because they don't have to deal with people getting in and out of their coolers. They don't have to deal with, whatever it is. And then on top of that, you've got the durability of the cooler itself is another thing that is just a huge feature on our coolers. So can I ask you, would that be something that you guys could see yourself using, or your customers using?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that our customers would appreciate. Like I said before, we've got customers return a lot, so I could see them really appreciating something of higher quality. And we pride ourselves on selling high quality products. If I could find a better system for coolers and ice chests and all that to provide for my customers, I think that would be a good fit for our company.
Excellent. Well, that's great to hear. Yeah, I think being that I've done my research on your store in particular, and I've sold to similar stores like yours, and I still have relationships. I go fishing with the person about 3 counties over, actually, who I just had this same conversation with him, and after that we just got to kicking it off, and we turned into buddies after that because he was so impressed with the cooler that we were selling him, and then compared to the coolers that he was selling before.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also noticed a pretty dramatic difference in his profits and his margins at his store. So I mean, that always helps. That always makes both parties happy, on your customer side, on your side, on my side. It's just a good thing for everybody whenever the quality of the product that we're selling pays out for the customer and for you.
Yeah.
So that right there is a big deal for us, is to know that the customers who you're selling them to, as well as you, are happy whenever it does come down to the quality of the cooler itself.
Yeah. And if we did decide to consider your product to put in my store, what would be offered? What products exactly?
Okay. Well, what our products are, what I'm gonna bring to the attention of you right now is the coolers themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not limited to just the coolers. We're not limited to just that. We also have apparel for outdoor enthusiasts, everything from people riding horses to the fishermen, the hunters, and the extreme fishermen, the extreme hunters, the extreme horsemen. So we've got all the apparel that goes along with that. We've got Yeti hats. We've also got sunglasses.
Really?
Really, we've got sunglasses that we can sell.
Are they any good?
Well, I see you got a pair of Maui Jims on right there.
Yeah.
So I know, I can tell you're a person of quality, right?
Yeah. I'd rather spend the extra money to have the product that's gonna be the best and last.
I think we're a perfect fit for you then, because that's what we're about. We're about making quality products, whatever it is, whether it's our T-shirts, all the way to our coolers, to our cups, which is another thing I'm going to tell you about here in just a second. Everything that we make, we really strive to make the customers happy. We strive to make you happy as a business owner, and we strive to put money in your pocket in the long run. I mean, that's what it's all about when it comes down to it. And I know that's important to you. That's important to me. So that's what I'd like to get across to you today. But before that, back to the cups. I don't want to overskip the cups that we sell are actually taking off pretty good right now. We've got a variety of different sizes and ounces that you can get. We've got a 30-ounce cup, which is more of your, if you ever drink soft drinks on the road or something like that. Well, this cup has been perfect for that because it'll actually retain your ice almost 3 times as long as a typical styrofoam cup will.
Oh, neat.
So, and it doesn't, whenever you actually put your drink in the cup, it doesn't melt your ice as bad. I mean, ice is going to melt eventually, but it doesn't melt your ice nearly as fast. So you don't have a watered down drink, because I know that's one thing that bugs the crap out of me, is having a watered down drink, and I'm not wanting a watered down drink. I wanted the drink that I originally purchased. And then we've also got a 20-ounce, which I think preferably is great for coffee if you're a coffee drinker.
Yes.
You are a coffee drinker?
Yeah, coffee is a necessary thing in my life.
Good. Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, coffee's important. It definitely is.
So it's for hot and cold, the cups are?
Yes, ma'am. It is for hot and cold, and that's a big feature with it as well. The only thing that you can't do is wash it in the washer.
Okay.
So, the customers that we've sold to before are very pleased with it because they're almost amazed on how long the ice actually stays and how long your coffee will stay hot.
Well, yeah, I have, like I said, outdoorsy people. You go outside for a while in the cold, my coffee's going to be cold as long as, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, and how frustrating is that?
Yeah, no, I don't like cold coffee.
Not at all. I don't know a whole lot of people who do. Yeah, so in your average cup, whenever you put your cup of coffee in the morning, how long does that usually last for you to stay hot to your drinking likability?
Maybe 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes?
Yeah, I would say that's starting to push it.
Yeah.
Into 20 minutes, I might not enjoy that cup of coffee as much.
Sure. Well, obviously, all the time periods for how long coffee will stay hot varies on what you put in it. You put cold creamer in it right after that. But we've actually done a study, and it's showing that our coffee will stay to the preferred drinking temperature for about 4.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
4.5 hours. Yeah, we've had a great return on these, and
That's really impressive.
Yeah, 4.5 hours. I kid you not. And honestly, sometimes you have to take the lid off to let it air out, or else
Yeah.
it'll stay too hot, and you literally can't drink it, or else you'll burn your mouth.
Yeah,
So
that would be a kind of nice problem to have.
yeah, right. I mean, it's always easier to cool it off rather than having it, or it's always easier just to pop off the lid, let it cool off a little bit, pop it back on. You've got hot coffee rather
Yeah.
than your coffee just going cold.
That
'Cause-
sounds like something that I could sell my customers.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, I'll definitely, I'll bring some samples to you, and maybe after we get done here, we can figure out how much it is that you might want to bring into your store. That way, for your customers.
Yeah.
Do you guys sell coffee cups currently?
I think maybe we sell like some tumblers with like the local school logo on it.
Yeah, awesome.
But that's probably about it. I mean, we don't really offer. It's never really crossed my mind to think about offering coffee mugs.
Right, sure.
But I mean, if it was something like you're talking about, your company has, I think that would be, like I said, something that like outdoorsmen would be interested in. I have a lot of beer drinkers.
Hey, it's perfect.
So-
it keeps your beer cold.
Okay,
I can
I'd love to
tell you
say.
from
Because,
proven.
you know, I've got a lot of guys that come in here. They like to hunt. They like to go hang out with their friends.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be a large part of my market as well.
Perfect.
So I need to know, that that's going to be marketable to them as well, not just someone that's going to go on a hunting trip and stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No one wants their beer getting hot.
I mean, I know I don't. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
No.
Absolutely, I can completely agree. I understand where you're coming from there, and it's my pleasure to tell you that we can provide something like that for you. We can provide that product for you. That way,
Yeah.
in turn, it makes your customers happy, which makes them happy with your store in particular, which looks good on you. It's a good representation of you, which is why I think that the Yeti brand products, like with the coolers and the cups as well, could be a great addition to your store. I think that it could increase a lot of your profits. I think that it could increase a lot of your customers coming back even more than what they usually have, or maybe they're going to tell some friends about it, and those friends are going to come in. Those friends are going to tell other friends about it. It's just going to be a good networking thing for you. I really do believe so. And I'm saying that out of experience because I know that previously with similar stores such as yours here, it's been proven to work. It's been proven that these things sell. These things sell themselves once they really use them and they've put them to the test and they've put the coffee in it. They've put their hot cold beer in there. They've iced down the elk for 2 weeks in these Yeti ice chests. They come back and they tell people about it, and they want to tell other people about it because it's a really, really impressive thing.
All right.
Yeah. So would this maybe be something that you're interested in bringing in? I know
Yeah, I would like to, have you write up a proposal for me, just with pricings on different products, and maybe, I don't know if y'all do package offers and things like that, if I were to buy like a certain bulk amount. But I think that's something I would really like to know more about and know, what it's going to cost me financially and everything.
Absolutely, that's important. Okay, these cups will be something that I know that you're interested in right now, so I'll definitely bring some of those in. Another thing I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about is the coolers. I know I kind of skipped over it because I got too excited talking about the cups, but the coolers themselves actually really are something that's impressive as well, just as impressive as the cups, if you will. They come in a variety of ranges from a 20 ounce, which we call the roadie, and it can fit in your back seat. It can fit basically anywhere, and it's got all the same insulation. It's just a smaller size, but we've got everything from a 20 up to a 250 ounce.
Okay.
Now, the 250 ounce compared to the 20 is obviously incomparable, but the 250 ounce is more for like an industrial fisherman.
Okay.
We've sold some to professional fishermen. We've sold some to they put them in their boats basically whenever they're going out on the long sea trips.
Yeah.
And that keeps all of their fish fresh until they can get back and actually sell them to the market.
Okay.
So the 250s are a large product, but they're well worth it.
Yeah.
And then we've got basically any size in between those ranges. We can find a perfect fit for whatever you or your customers need.
Okay.
So you said you have a lot of hunting, fishermen, stuff like that come into your store?
Yeah, and campers, just
Okay, campers too.
outdoorsy people.
Absolutely. Yeah. My personal favorite of these coolers and what we found to be the most successful is the 45 ounce cooler because it's so universal. It's something that one person can carry if they need to. They can put a capacity of 36 cans in them with extra space to put some of the things. You want to put some limes in there for your beers. You want to put some steaks in there. You want to put a barbecue, whatever it may be. There's extra space for that. Whereas at the 35 ounce, you're looking at about a case of beer and you're full up.
Okay.
So the 45 ounce has been really, really a most popular seller to the hunting, fisher, and camping, the outdoorsmen basically. Anybody getting outside, trying to spend some time outside. They've had really good luck with the 45 ounce. So I would love to bring some of these coolers into your location. Would that be? Did you want to go ahead and get some coolers written up, or you just want to stick with the cups?
I would like to do probably the 45 ounce like you were talking about.
Okay.
Those being like the most convenient size, most popular seller. And then like we talked about the cups as well. I think would be popular, and probably just a few different sizes in the cups. Maybe, I mean, use your judgment on that one. Just
got it.
Maybe your top 2 size, like for most customers. And just the pricing on it all. I think we could develop a good business relationship and both help each other out.
You got it. You nailed it. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring you specifically a 20 ounce because I know you're a coffee drinker. So you're going to get a 20 ounce on us, and you can try it out, and that way you got your own experience with them. That way you can tell your customers like that. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I'll advertise.
And then awesome. We like it. We like it. I'll send you some stickers in there as well. We'll get these. We'll get some things on paper here, and we'll get it back to your secretary as soon as possible. And then as soon as that, we'll go ahead and continue on with the transaction. Does that sound good?
That sounds great. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Ms. Shannon, it was a pleasure to meet you today.
It's nice to meet you too.
I look forward to seeing you in the future.
Thank you.
You have a good one.